Honestly, it feels like a while since I have seen you guys. It's been a minute, but it's only been like 5-6 days. Now, obviously, there's a lot going on with myself, and that's the reason why I haven't been posting. I just got a lot going on, man, and I do apologize, but I do like to give you guys updates on the game. Recently, WWE Games went ahead and posted about a island teaser where it was talking about the island, and there's an area that's locked, and there's just a lot of stuff going on, and it has to do with the Wwe 6. Now, that is pretty cool. Usually the WWE Games page will only tease things that actually matter to them, and they won't go out there and tease a whole lot of stuff that is just kind of just additions and quick little updates that they are making to the game. So this has to be something that they actually really care about. So this is something that I wanted to go on ahead and talk about, because shout out to Fightful, they have went ahead and put out a report that it really has no crazy details, but it does entail that Bray Wyatt will be a part of this storyline. So I think that is really cool for Bray Wyatt fans. I think that's cool for players, island players. Rejoice, because you are getting more content. Now, with all of that being said, I am not the biggest fan of the island, so I don't really post about the island as much, because it is something that I genuinely just don't enjoy, and I feel that it does have a lot of potential, but the mode is not there yet. So I'm just kind of at the point where I'm not going to talk about stuff I don't enjoy. But this right here, I do actually find something or potential in this. I think that this could be really good. Now, if it does require me to play chapter 1, 2, and 3, or whatever chapters they got for me to get to that storyline, I probably will not be playing it, but I will be playing it if I am able to go on ahead and just play it, and it's its own standalone story. WWE Games has been tweeting about this. They've drawn out at least 3 to 4 posts, and today they got one out as well. So that is definitely something to keep an eye out on. They're going to continue to keep getting this out there and keep teasing it. Honestly, though, we just have to see, right? There's a lot of people that are unhappy with the game, rightfully so, more so with the creation suite, and then they see like things like this continue to getting added. But honestly, I'm not against extra content or additional things to get added into the game. Like I've mentioned this before, I'm not really mad if they go ahead and drop extra stuff. And with the game dropping for Switch 2 in about 2 weeks, they're definitely going to go on ahead and up it a notch. So I want you guys to be aware that, you know, obviously people are going to be like, hey, why are they doing this? You know, if the game is broken, but you know what, bro, I'm cool with it. They went ahead and posted every decision has consequences today on the WWE Games page. So that is something to go on ahead and keep in mind. And then it says coming soon to the island in the end. We'll have to see what happens with this. Nonetheless, I am a little bit intrigued to see what this actually is going to be. If they have different things in there, you know, from Bray Wyatt memories, things like that. So I am excited to see, you know, what they are going to go on ahead and drop. We'll see what happens with that. But guys, NBA 2K26 has officially been announced today for the release date. And you guys could say, what the hell does that have to do with the WWE franchise? Now, what that has to do with it is that there is a huge rumor going around, and it may be confirmed at this point in time. Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, and Switch 2 will be the only consoles. Oh, and PC, I can't forget PC. My fault, my PC players will be the only consoles that get NBA 2K25, which is actually pretty big news for us, because we have been waiting for a current gen only game, and it seems like every other game or every other sports game right now is finally making that leap. It started with Madden, now NBA 2K has made the announcement, and now we may be getting that WWE announcement in January, which is still a whole lot of time away from that, but this is good. I am super excited to finally get a current gen only game, take advantage of my console, everything. Right now, with that being said, if this does happen, WWE, you know, 2K, they won't have, you know, obviously we won't have the excuse anymore as consumers as, oh, this game is this way, because they are, you know, on current gen and last gen. They're splitting the resources, right? So this is going to be a very big true test for the franchise if this is something that decides to happen. Now, people can say Switch 2 could hold the franchise back. I don't think so. I think that an Xbox Series S port, as long as you port it from that console over to the Switch 2, it is what it is. You guys got to remember that the Xbox Series X does have a secondary console to Xbox Series S that can carry current gen only games, and it just doesn't look as good as the Xbox Series X. So that is something to always keep in mind. I think a port from the S will be able to directly work on the Switch 2 based on the specs and what I have heard thus far. So that is always something to keep in mind. I don't think that we're going to be seeing such a loss on resources and whatnot if they decide to cut fully PS4 and Xbox One. So I am hoping to see what this could mean for the franchise in the future in terms of gameplay additions, all that good stuff, because I know that I've personally been waiting. Some people don't like the fact that I've been waiting, but yes, I've been waiting. And lastly, there is a Switch 2 version coming out very soon, in about 2 weeks, as I mentioned earlier in the video. So this is going to be a big deal, right? They're going to keep upping up the content, all that good stuff, because the island is on Switch 2. So there's a lot to go on ahead and unravel with all that good stuff. So definitely keep an eye out on that. So with that being said, people are thinking that there will be an additional DLC pack released with the Switch 2 that could either be a free update or a paid update. Nonetheless, though, we'll have to see what happens. And those characters, I still don't know who they are, but there is definitely something there, according to a lot of leakers and modders. If you are on social media, you have definitely seen things like these. So I think that that is something to go on ahead and take with a grain of salt. It may be announced very soon, because again, they want to anticipate hype for this game, and especially with it going to a whole new console base and player base and all that good stuff, they definitely want to see the game get sold, because AAA games on Switch 2 have unfortunately not been doing very well. That is the rumor along everywhere. Apparently it's just not cooking. So we'll have to see what happens with that, man. I am genuinely excited to see what this could mean, you know, for the franchise, being that they are going to a completely different player base, especially a console that obviously we have bad history with 2K18, but the Switch 2 has so many players. So if that can transition into Wwe 2K25 players, hey man, that's more money for the franchise, more money for the resources. Maybe we could get some more things done. Just my 2 cents. I'm trying to be optimistic about every single thing that happens, because genuinely I do want this game to succeed, and I want us consumers and players to have a really good game to play and enjoy. I really, you know, don't dislike this game. I like it gameplay wise. I like what they got going on, but I feel that the modes that they keep adding, they just don't have enough depth. And that starts with the island, and now they're trying to bring in some more content and more new things over there. So again, every single time, I just hope that they are just doing what they can to bring life to this game as full as possible, because sometimes it just feels like the game is just not in a good state in terms of just bringing life to it. Sometimes the game feels dead to me. I'm barely playing it right now, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. Y'all know me, I'm very transparent. So I am hoping that we continue seeing more changes and additions and updates and DLC packs that get people back into this game and talking about it. Nonetheless, though, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys have been enjoying the content, I'm going to catch y'all. Peace.